Hello, welcome to my channel. This week I'm going to be making the Magical Throwing Dagger from Heroquest. This artifact is lost once it has been thrown at a monster, but the monster cannot defend himself. Luckily we have a pretty good drawing to go by, so it shouldn't be too hard to replicate. And just like with my previous Heroquest builds, I'm going to use this 5mm thick Foamex. I have the first couple of pieces drawn on, so we'll get them cut out. I cut the blade out first and sharpen it to a point. And now I need to cut out the bottom part. This is so I can slot it into the handle a little bit later. That looks like the right size for a throwing dagger. I only need to cut out one of these parts, the other is a spare. This is the handle and the handguard, but this is only the middle section. This is where the blade will stick into. There will be two outer pieces, but we'll get to them a bit later. The base of the knife is a little bit too wide, so I need to cut it into a V shape, and that will slot in like so. This is a quick way of making a duplicate. The only problem is it's not very accurate, but since we have to grind the pieces down, I'm using this method. And that's all the remaining pieces drawn on. Now it's time to cut them all out. These pieces are looking a little bit rough, but that's not to worry about. The Dremel will fix that. So let's have a quick assembly. And that's basically where all the parts go. And now I need to draw on exactly where the blade comes to be inserted. And that'll go together like so. And this will be sandwiched between the other two. And that will hold it into place. I just need to even out these two outer pieces and get them to match exactly. So by clamping them together, I can use the Dremel to round them off. I also do the same for the piece that overhangs over the blade. That way they'll both be exactly the same shape. The edges can easily be fine-tuned with a file. Now all three of the handle pieces are more or less the same size. I can glue them together. And once again, they don't have to be a perfect fit at this stage. The Dremel will sort that out shortly. And then lastly, I add on the extra pummel pieces. And using the Dremel, I'll make all the layers the same size. We can see what it looks like with the blade in place. As you can see, I've drawn on the curvature for the wrist guard. So let's get that ground down. As usual, I do the fine detail with a file. And now to start rounding out that handle. And once again, I use the file to neaten up the edges. And now to round out the pommel. Then I'll have to move on to the sword and sharpen up the edges. The sanding sponge does a great job in smoothing everything out. I just need to give everything a final sand. I'm ready for the painting. I've marked off this part of the pommel which needs to be inset. According to the drawing, there's a little indent at each corner of the handguard. And now it's prime time. Everything gets a light sanding before I move on with the painting. I use gunmetal for the blade. And the handguard is painted in bronze. The pommel is painted in black. And then I seal in all the paint with a matte sealer. And now to start adding the leather wrap. I put on a little bit of super glue first, then add the wrap in stages. This is a very messy process and super glue will run onto your fingers. I just need to hold the last piece in place until the glue sets. And now it's time to glue the blade into place. Unfortunately, when I did this, I put the blade in the wrong way round, so it ended up a couple of millimeters too far to one side, but it's hardly noticeable. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.